this is Spring is the Action. Me and myself are well.
And I'm Nathan here.
Our special guest here we have from representing from CSW, Primos Wrestling, New Eras Wrestling. Give it up for our special guest, Baylum Lynx. Is that correct, man?
Yes, it is. How you guys doing?
Doing great. We're just glad that you be here in our special podcast more often, and we just want to share our thoughts. Every single one of you, what you've been up to. Give me your thoughts. What you've been doing this quarantine, because the wrestling, most of the wrestling business have been postponed during the quarantine. So we just want to give out your thoughts, man. So what you been up to?
Just keeping my head down, really. I've been doing a lot of at-home workouts, trying to stay in shape, but luckily now finally all the gyms are open, so nothing can really beat that. I've still been training hard, and just trying to hit new levels. And I think the ultimate goal is to come back into wrestling better than it was when we all left.
Yeah. So before we get put on hold with the wrestling category, can you tell us what you like to do beside the wrestling business? Did you like to watch any kind of sports? Do you do any other sports activities on your lifetime?
I just do the regular pastimes, sports stuff, really. But actually, because of this quarantine, I got back into a lot of gaming. That's what I'm feeling. I've been feeling my little gaps of free time that I have, which is not a lot, but when I can, I turn on the PS4.
Oh, that's great. You've been playing some like Call of Duties and Resident Evils, right?
Oh, man, all those ones, man. Definitely, for sure.
Yeah, I hope you can have me one of these days because I have a PlayStation 2,
Yeah, dude, let's do it, man. It'll be a lot of fun.
All right. Okay, now to wrestling. Can you tell me who is your favorite wrestler growing up, and how did you get involved with the wrestling business, and what was your character inspired with growing up? Your favorite wrestlers?
I guess my two all-time favorite ones was definitely Shawn Michaels and Ric Flair. We're just I don't know, man. Every time they were on screen, you just see that they were just larger than life, with their attitudes and all the glamorous stuff that they had on, and all the shiny belts and the uniform. Everything, dude. It was definitely something that caught my eye. And then as I was getting older, I kept watching them. I fell in love with how they made their characters. Either you absolutely loved them or you hated them with everything that you were, and which is what you want to go for anyways. You got to love somebody, you got to hate somebody. And the wrestling style was very, to me, was different because you see Ric Flair stuff was very, was of course old school, but pretty kind of basic, but it worked so well, and he was good at everything that he did, And with Shawn Michaels, it was a little bit more flashier with what he was doing, and to me, it kind of developed into kind of like a hybrid style of of fast paced, but also like very well grounded.
Yeah, okay.
Those two were just by far my absolute favorite and huge inspirations on what I'm doing now.
Anything you want to add, Nate?
Yeah. So someone who's brand new to your character, and tell us how, what is your wrestling style? So people who don't know your character, you can fill in that gap for those people.
Well, my character is definitely more of hybrid style wrestling, and that can come in a lot of different meanings in a lot of different ways, but it's old school and new school put together, as well as, high flying and staying grounded. Cause I'm a weird, awkward, I guess, shape for wrestling. I'm tall. I'm 5'10", and I'm not super small, but I'm also not super big. So I kind of just stay right in the middle, and I just kind of go range from back and forth. You'll see me, you'll see me fly, but you also see me stay very grounded and keep somebody else grounded as well too. And I hate it. I'm very unexpected. I can do a lot of different things. I'll have a fast pace, boom, boom, boom match, or I'll keep it very slow and just keep it, keep everything pretty much grounded. It kind of just depends.
Is there any dream opponent that you dream facing? Like if you're in a big spotlight, like WWE or AEW, who's your favorite wrestler that you want to go, be in one ring one time, one of these days?
Oh man, honestly, for a lot of the newer, I guess, like when I say newer to me, I mean like maybe 2010 and on. A big influence for me was Alex Shelley from Motor City Machine Guns back in TNA. If you remember him, he's still wrestling now in the Indies. He's still really well respected. But every single time I see him wrestle, man, I think it's just gold, and I would love to get in the ring with him because it would be probably a great ass whooping, but man, I would learn so much.
Was there any special appearance that you faced or not yet when they're here in town? Did you face anybody that we know of, or had the experience fighting some of the former superstars lately?
As far as I know, no, not really. The only thing I got close to doing to anything like that is a random appearance from Bobby Lashley came into my gym, and I got into the ring with him, and that was a huge learning experience.
That was great. I know Bobby Lashley, man, shoot. This is like earlier, he was just, up there in the big picture, but, I'm glad that one of the Colorado representative is still wrestling in the big spotlight.
Oh, yeah, man, definitely. The dude's gold.
Anything you want to add, Nate?
Yeah, so can you tell us, if it's up to you, can you tell us like an everyday routine for you, down with all this downtime that you have?
I don't have too much downtime. I'm pretty busy. Like I have my regular shoot job. And then when I get home, I get ready. I go to the gym, and I spend a lot of time at the gym with my brother, just trying to, look the best that we possibly can. Because like I said, I'm a weird size for wrestling, so I try to at least look as best as I possibly can to try to give me an edge. And then from there, I just go train. Man, that's my lifestyle's pretty straightforward, and pretty much goal oriented towards wrestling. Like I said, the downtime that I do have is not a whole lot.
Okay. First time we saw you wrestle. Pretty much, we just like to say sorry we didn't even have a chance to see you at New Era's and, probably local here at CSW or any promotion. But first time we saw you wrestle, we just wanted to give us a thought, like, what was it like when you had a chance to wrestle when they were here in town with Cactus Lead Wrestling? How's that feel?
Dude, that was cool, man. I went in because my tag partner Damon Ace had a scheduled match there, and I don't know what made me go, but I just decided to go. Go also support him. Maybe I'll learn something, whatever. And then they ended up having this tryout right before after ring setup, right before the whole show happened, and we went through this whole little all this different routine stuff, drills and everything, and I ended up getting picked out of all the guys to appear in a match. Then it was me and Cormac Battle actually got picked, so we ended up being a tag team. And it was the first time I ever met the guy. I didn't even know. It was my second match ever. I didn't know what was going on. It was I'm in there with Chris Masters and Killer Cross, and I was like, oh man, I don't even know what I'm doing. I was shaking, I was sweating, I was pacing. Man, I was not being able to stand still the whole time I was there because I was so unbelievably nervous.
Especially with Killer Cross, Chris Masters, and James Ellsworth that night, I remember. And,
yeah. Yep.
Yeah. And
it was an experience, man, especially since it was my second match I ever wrestled, like, in front of a crowd. It was a tag match, too, my very first tag match. So I didn't know what I was doing, how everything was going to play out. I was just freaking out the whole time.
Yeah. Now, since Primos, New Eras, and CSW, Can you give me some names out there? Who was the toughest? I mean, like ring worker that you ever worked with throughout uh, all the wrestling careers you've done for Colorado?
Oh man, there's a lot, man. We got a lot of good talent here, man. It's and it's a lot of old school guys, and and they stick to they're by the book, but they're good at what they do, man. And I still think one of my favorite and best matches for New Era was my debut match against Jason, and because the dude just took control. He knew exactly what he was doing, and he helped me the whole way through, and it was really relaxed, and so the dude's a great worker. I think the guy that I faced the most throughout all these promotions has been Animal Sam. From the time, because he was my second match ever at New Era, and I faced him a lot throughout all these different promotions, and the growth and skill in him as well was so apparent from the first time that we got into the ring together, that now it's just like we go in there and we just do our thing, and we have so much fun while we're doing it too.
Yeah, because with Animal Sam's, I see him wrestle, and I know how his character is coming towards to the ring. And do you have to deal with that? Because I know he probably like wet his hair, and then his hair is so wet, and then all of a sudden you got to wrestle him when he's all wet,
and see, he's very unpredictable. He just goes out and he does, and I wrestled him enough to I learned some of the things that he does do, but he always puts in a few things new or different that I've never seen him do, just because he just decides to do it, and it always looks good, and everything always ends up fine, and because he's just, I don't know, he does live the gimmick somewhat in a way, because he is pretty crazy, man. But he's a good guy. He's a cool dude.
Nate, anything you want to add?
That's cool information, because we're going to interview him Sunday, so we'll try to mention you in there and see what he says.
Yeah, actually, you guys mentioned New Era, Primos, and CSW, but CSW's sister company, Redemption Championship Wrestling, RCW. I'm working really close with these guys. I'm actually their ultimate champion right now, and I won it from Animal Sam. Maybe I think it was March or something. It was right before all the COVID hit, and I fought him a few times over there. And it's also a really good company too. So make sure you always guys check out what they're doing and what they have to offer as well.
All right. So what's the future hold for Baylum Lynx? So any goals you have in mind when everything opens back up again?
Yeah, man, start traveling. I was just getting everything going for a few different out-of-state events for wrestling right before the virus hit, and so that put all of that on hold. And so now once it's done, and shows start coming up again, I'm planning on doing a lot more out-of-state shows, because I already have a few already lined up. So that's just my goal from there, and just kind of like I said, come back better than what I was before I left.
All right. So there's a event coming up with Primos. Are you going to be there that night?
Yeah, always supporting as much as I can.
I wish we could. I wish we could be there right now. Be there, because what I heard that tickets are selling so fast, and I think that was like the most ticketing fast for Primos in 2 days. So hopefully,
I think everybody's ready to get back out.
Yeah, so hopefully, whatever promotions you're at, we'll be looking forward to see you wrestle again live.
Yeah, I think the for sure the next one that I have here, that's no matter for sure, is gonna be the Headlocks for Hospice for CSW. What is that, June 20th? So this coming Saturday, that's gonna be for sure there. I gotta face Logan Austin, whichever one he prefers, for my RCW title, actually.
He's a good kid. He's a young star, and he been liking those high-flying moves on every opponent he faced.
Definitely one of the best the state has to offer, for sure. And I'm really excited to push the envelope with him this Saturday, because it's going to be something that I haven't been pushed this hard, and I'm excited and I welcome the challenge.
I've been looking great to talk with you again pretty soon. And before we're gonna wrap it up with you, is there anything you'd like to say? Any big shout outs out there, all your fan base for Spring and Stay Action and for Baylum Lynx out there?
Just don't live in fear. Everything is gonna get back to normal soon, and I promise when things start getting back, everyone's going to come out hitting the ground running, and we're just trying to give the best to all of the fans and to everybody watching, and we're just going to come out being the best that we possibly can. And for me, I'm excited to see everybody, and I just miss all of you.
All right. Well, thanks for again, Baylum Lynx, and we just like to see you again, and hopefully we're going to catch perform on your events. But other than that, okay. All right. This is me, Roel, and this is my colleague.
Myself, Nathan here.
And then our special guest, once again, Baylum Lynx. Go ahead and check it out here. Most of the local promotions for Colorado wrestling. And thanks again. And you're watching Spring is the Action. Thank you.